rap I've ever done right there. That was the dopest little intro, and should be going back on, and maybe with little make clips. Yeah, do that.
I know, right? That's so insane. It was just like, yeah, we're like, computer says no.
Yeah,
Computer says no. Internet says no. It just switched. It just like, no. It just said
no,
no, no, no.
no,
So I was like,
no.
okay. So I'm
Sometimes
using
it
my
don't.
phone as a hotspot.
Sometimes it don't cooperate.
Yeah, I don't cooperate and I don't
Right,
argue. I'm like, okay.
right. You can't decide. Shoot, if I get mad at those little things, shit, my life is out of whack.
Nah,
Yeah, right,
nah.
right. How have you
So
been?
fantastic. Welcome, world, to Here We Grow again, once more, again.
Yeah.
This is my brother, Jonathan. No, not that, that. No, that. Hold on, how do I get that? That. Yeah, that. This
Point the
guy
other way.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that way.
that's it.
Yeah.
That guy there. Who is in San Antonio, Texas. And I am
Yes,
Yvette, who today is in the East Midlands of England.
right.
I'm in the middle to the east because I was home this
Middle to the
morning and then
east.
we went to see my dad who lives just north of London, like outside
Oh,
of London
fun,
to the north. And then we went to
fun.
Cambridge.
Ugh, don't freeze.
I don't Okay, there we go.
There we
I
are.
know what that was about. That's brilliant. So anyway, and then then we went. We had a late lunch in Cambridge, and then we drove up to a place called Worksop, which is in
Works.
the East Midlands in Nottinghamshire. We're in the Shires.
Nice. I hear the Shires are nice.
The Shires are nice. How about
Fun.
you? How are you? How are you? How are you?
I am great. I've been working. I've been a busy bee. I've been creating. It's
Fantastic.
awesome. Yeah,
Nice.
the if I didn't communicate directly, the big news October 28th is the date that mom can celebrate her retirement. I made it official.
Yes!
Yeah,
What? Oh
for sure.
my God, that's why you have that big grin on your face.
Yeah. Um, I
Yes.
it dawned on me, and I can start making it happen as of tomorrow. And the thing that she wants to do is just continue to reinvest what's working. So
Hmm.
that's awesome because she can multiply stuff over time if she doesn't. Like, she was pretty smart when she took her social security. She didn't take it when she could take it early. She waited until it was like a year or two after she would qualify so that it locks in some kind of you can't uh limit, the amount that it'll grow to. Like, hers is locked in, and she can
Oh,
she can get
okay.
she can get somebody's, like, if she's been married for 10 years to somebody, after they pass away you get half of theirs, but it doesn't cut into
Mm,
yours if you wait
right.
a year or two
Yeah, yeah.
longer. Blah blah blah. So she's in a
Ah,
good
happy
spot.
retirement, mommy.
So she'll keep growing, and but that's where she can at least start to celebrate and start to um actually feel that it's true and start to receive it, because nobody's
Yes.
ever set her up before. So,
Oh, how does that
you
feel
know,
for you?
um, it feels great. I know that I'm next. I get to just do it for me, like right behind that.
Oh,
Um,
amazing. That's
that's
so cool. Oh my gosh.
oh my gosh,
Yes.
I did. Oh my gosh, like this little paper right here, like woo, 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 woo.
The scribbles.
This little scribbles, the stuff that I need to do, like while we're on the call, while you're talking. Hey, Leon, what's up?
He's having his math session and the battery for something rang out. Okay. He came running down the stairs going, Cargador.
Carga. Yes, he needs his
Cargador.
charger.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's start
charger.
again.
Charger. That's awesome. So what I just did before getting on the phone with you is upgrade my uncle's position from 3,000 to 5,000.
Nice.
And
Nice.
that being,
That's a perfect freeze.
what's that?
That was like a little freeze in that little celebratory spot.
Oh yeah.
That was cool.
But that helps out but that helps out the team, and that pushes up enough from the commission from that, pushes up enough that the upgrade that I'm about to do on mine is going to be natural. I'm going to have a natural.
Nice. Yeah.
Because
Nice.
it'll have pushed up more than
so cool.
more than it takes to pay for mine. So
Mm.
I'll actually get to say that I upgraded mine from 2,000 to 3,000 with all commissions, not any cash added. So that's awesome. That's rad.
Good stuff.
But that's, I was chasing, they figured out split payments. So I was chasing the ones that had the most racked up in arrears. So I could use a bunch of deposits that were still pending to get use a little bit of cash to get a bunch of upgrades done.
Of upgrades, right?
Because I probably used like $3,000 worth of Bitcoin today, but I'm due, out of these pending commissions, I'm due like 6,000. So I probably spent like 3,000 today, but I got to upgrade 9,000 worth of my asset. Like I got to add 9,000 to the pile. So
cool. So if anyone
in one day
in the world is watching this and they're like, what are they talking about? I suggest you find my friend Jonathan and ask him what he's talking about, because he just retired his mom, and I am like, proud, excited, kind of. We see, we're so excited, we're just like cracking and shacking the internet.
We broke the internet. It
can't cope with our energy and excitement. So that's so good. This is what's possible. This is what's possible when you. That's so amazing. It
wouldn't be the first time. This is the first time
we broke the internet.
First of all, and I'm glad that the internet universe is showing, understanding, responding, because it's big. So here's what I did. So 5 weeks ago, I said I was going to turn $4,000 passive income into $8,000 passive income in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm going to double what I'd done in 13 months in 6 weeks. And so I set out to do that. This morning I got to where I was 72% done. 73% done. So I'm really only like little less than 5. So like 4. Like
that is that's so cool.
We're going into week 6. I'm at 60. I'm at 72 or 3%, but I just added another amount that I haven't calculated the number yet. So it's actually like 80 or more % done, because I just figured out right before that's what I was starting to say. I just upgraded my uncle's account, but that was in addition to what I had already calculated and announced. So I got a bigger hit than I didn't even realize. And then I get to go upgrade mine last. Like everybody goes first, and then the captain goes, yay. And then I drink from my flask.
That's the leaders eat last, right?
Like I'm totally leader last at the top, but I'm eating off all everybody's offering, so that everything that's rolled up is powerfully upgrading me to be ready for more.
Amazing. And
Mm,
this is just the it's not even the we're still at the underground water level of the iceberg. Right?
yeah,
We're still under
like
the water of the iceberg, the foundations of the iceberg. We're not even up on land yet. You're still
yeah,
underwater, right?
not even the. I mean, there's a lot to. There's still a lot to do. There's a lot of people to put in position, but the first person I need to put in position next is me. I need to really focus on my health. Like, mom's okay. Like, I
Mhm.
can take the amount that's going to continue to grow. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
her amount is going to continue to become less and less percentage of the business need, and so that's awesome. um but from what I just set
so
up
what
today, I mean, I added.
cool.
Awesome.
So
What's
what's
that?
your health stuff about?
I need
What's
to
the health?
just turn, like, in the drive to build my business. Like, I could say that I've um been splotchy. Like, I eat healthy, but I'm just intermittently bad, sometimes making meal choices, and I could just dial
Internet
in.
behave.
Right? Can you hear me?
Okay, start again because it went blank and then it went, like when it's trying to catch up with what you said, it went, whoa, blah.
Yeah.
So start again.
Cool. Um, I could just dial in my nutrition way better
Right.
and supply my body with food like it was the nutrients needed to run my machine, instead of I want sugar and make my decisions that way. I can just make healthy decisions with raw food and see what happens and
And
maybe get
supply
super
your
healthy.
body with okay.
Amazing nutrients, but just supply my body with everything
Oh
that it needs
man.
instead of. Can you hear me? I can see you. Hello. 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 Hello.
Connection unstable.
You're still stuck.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How does
Hello.
that song go? Da 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 and say goodbye. I say hello. Hello, hello. Is that a Beatles song?
Hello.
Da
Hello.
da 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 and say goodbye. I say
I say hello.
hello. Hello,
Hey la.
hello.
Hey, hey, hey la.
Hey.
Hey la. Hey, hey,
Yeah.
hey. Ooh, hey la.
Hey na, hey
Yes.
na. That's the one.
Yes. Yes. I know that. Um, That's gosh, that's on their like 63 or 64 album. That's an early
It's
one.
being
Um,
special.
hmm The internet special.
Special. The internet is being special today. It's special,
Mhm.
but never mind. It's all good. But I found out on Saturday that I
Yes,
am going to
yes.
get graded in capoeira in 2 weeks to my next level belt. I go up a
So
belt
we,
in
so
2 weeks'
we,
time.
so we, so we. That's awesome.
That's
That's
pretty
awesome.
good.
Is
It's
that amazing?
fantastic. I've
That
trained
feel
like
good?
2 years with no injury, no
Nice,
madness, just fitness continuously loading. It's going to be so cool.
nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, yeah. So, 2 weeks on Saturday, you'll see lots of pictures of me going like that with my new belt.
Yee, that's awesome. Ah, that's awesome. Are you excited? I bet she is. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited. Very,
I
very
bet.
excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to
That
be
is
good. It's going to be
awesome.
awesome. So, I have to start training at home more, like by myself more.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It feels good. It's like I wasn't expecting it because I'm just, kind of just doing it. I wasn't expecting it, but I was like, yes,
Hmm. That's awesome.
yeah, it's really awesome.
Congratulations.
I'm
That's so cool.
excited
You've
today.
worked a long time. You worked a long time.
Yes. Yes,
It
yes,
was it
yes.
was funny. I still remember laying on the ground or laying on the mats with Leon at practice, and you
Yeah.
practicing and us being over in the corner, and that was a fun
Yeah.
time.
That was cool.
That was a good
Yeah,
time.
that was cool. That was a good
That
time, definitely. Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
might have been where the little pyramid dollar got folded
Yes.
at the
Oh,
thing.
do you still have that on YouTube? That was so cool.
I could check. I need if it's not on my page, I need to link it to my
I
page so
seem to
it's
remember
there.
you doing a video of it.
I think he did.
Yes.
I think it's on his page.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's back in
Yes. I'm
his.
gonna find that.
It's the Illuminati. He's like,
Oh,
oh,
it was so good.
he's
He
like,
was so excited. It's
oh,
like, ooh.
Illuminati. It was fun.
He totally gets excited about that stuff. That
Yeah,
is brilliant.
it was. He was all about it. He's like, that is so cool.
That is so cool.
But in the cool kid way, where he was like, that's so cool, but he wasn't that uh hyped up or cool about it, I would have been even more excited. I was more excited than he was. Um,
Yeah, completely.
that's awesome
Yeah,
though. That was a
that's
good
okay.
good capoeira time.
His that's probably his say again?
So that was a good capoeira time.
Anyway, next time we're coming to Texas because I want to take him to Texas. I think that'd
That
be
will
fun.
be amazing.
It'd be fun for him to come to Texas.
Oh,
Right?
San Antonio's a good, fun place to like drive around and see 5, 6 different parts of town, but they're all different. Like
Nice.
just
I
a
actually really
bunch of
like
different. Which part?
ooh,
There you are. There you
hello.
are.
Oh, we're back. Yeah, when I drove down to Dallas, I stopped. I spent the day with a friend in what's it called? It's on the way to San Antonio, and it's another Austin.
Austin,
Yeah,
you liked it?
because I have a friend of mine who used to be in the military. Annie.
Mm-hmm.
She used to be in the military in Germany, and she's from there. And when we lived, I think when I do that, it seems to come back quicker.
Hold,
Oh,
hold.
come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 2,
I,
3, 4, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. 2, 3, 4, come on, go. Oh, see, it worked.
it did work. I was dancing. I'm dancing.
So I met her. I met up with
Dancing.
her in when she'd been home a couple of years then in Austin, and yeah, I really liked it. She showed back. I think we're back. Are we
I
back?
hear
Are you
you.
back?
I hear
Oh
you.
no. Right.
Yes. Keep going.
Do-do-do. Yeah. So
It's a lot of big energy, huge
yes,
energy,
and I
especially.
really liked Austin. I really liked Austin. I think it was a cool city. and so different from Houston,
Hmm.
and very different from Houston, and very different from Dallas.
Yeah, they're very different culturally for sure. Just different.
Yeah,
They're
right.
all
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
all
But
Texas,
I
but they're
love.
all.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. But I love that side. I love. Yeah, I love
Hmm.
Texas. I like the South. The people are super nice. They remind me of. So our Northerners are similar to your Southerners.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they're
So it's the
kind
other
of the
way
country
around
folk.
here. Yeah, yeah. They're kind of
Country
really
folk.
nice, super sweet. Like
Hmm.
here, they call you duck. We get called duck up here.
Yeah.
All right, duck.
Hello, Doc.
All right, sweet pea. All right, duck. All right, darling.
That's
It's so
funny.
cute. They're super.
That's your duck. That's funny. I never heard that before. I've never been called. Well, I've been called a duck, pato. Different reason though. Can you hear me? She back. She back. She back. She back. Oh, come on. Where you at? Not frozen. 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 Do-do-do-do. 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 Hey kids, here I am. I'm a man on the scene. I can give you what you want, but you got to come home to me. I love good old love, and I got your Rolling Stone. But that you got to come back for more. Every little thing is done by the dozen. I ain't nothing but John Stone love, man. Hey, little thing, let me like you surround. Do, 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 do,
I think it
do,
might
do,
behave now.
do, 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 do. Will it? Why?
I don't know because
Do,
it
do, do,
the the
do, do,
original
do.
internet that was giving a problem seemed to have come back to life, but it was flashing up at me. So
Beautiful.
yes,
That is a beautiful thing. I
it
am
is.
working. I'm
What's
working
your
through. What's that?
working through? No, I was gonna ask. What's your favorite city in the USA?
We um
Or favorite place if it's not a city, because it might not be a city.
right. Um I would say, gosh, if I could only have one place, I'd probably say San Francisco. It's
Oh.
super nice. I mean, if I had to stay within the walls of one city and never go
Mm.
outside one city ever again,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
it has everything. It's super quaint, but it's small. San Francisco's a really small area, like
Mm.
place. Like I mean, even if there's 4 or 5 million people living there, they're living within like a 20 square mile
Small
place.
radius, yeah.
You know what I
Hmm,
mean?
hmm.
It's
Yeah,
small,
yeah.
and but it's I mean, Austin is way up there. I love
Yeah.
Austin. It's a whole different place.
Mm.
It's like the thing that I love about San Francisco in Texas version in uh cheaper market.
Oh yeah,
we,
because San Francisco is super expensive, isn't it?
mm-hmm, and you can make good uh money, jobs, employment. You can be a employer of people looking for work, but then there's a lot of people that are also not making enough money, so they're looking for the second tier work as well. So there's a lot
Right,
of
right.
people moving to that area, which is always the thing that you're looking for to.
Mm.
look for future
The
trends.
opportunities and stuff. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
I
I
like
guess that's
that.
the same as kind of London. The area that's actually the city of London is really small
Hmm.
compared to what we call Greater London. So the bit that expanded, they call Greater London, and it just gets bigger
Right.
and bigger every year, and it engulfs more of the outskirts, pretending that it's still London, but it's not.
Right. But it's not.
That's how they do it. Yeah,
Damn
yeah.
it. It's
Every
not.
year they expand it, and it's like, yeah, that's technically not London anymore. Good luck with that. You're like
Oh,
3 hours, 3 hour
they,
drive away, trying to tell me it's still London.
they just keep, it's 3 hour drive away, and it's like, I still live in London.
Yeah.
It takes me an hour and a half on the tube.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
uh, I only have to change 3 times. Yay.
Yeah, exactly. It's like our airports. We only have they
Oh,
all
man.
call London, but there's only one that's actually in the city. The rest of them are all in the outskirts, south, west, east, but none of them
Uh-huh.
are. There's only one that's actually like London City Airport that's actually in the city, and all the rest are like fucking
Right.
miles away.
Fucking miles away.
Fucking miles away. Yes.
Yes.
But luckily we have amazing transport, so you get everywhere in like an hour. If you go somewhere like so we started training capoeira in a studio that's literally at the end of my street.
That would be ideal.
Everybody else has to travel like an hour, 90
Uh,
minutes, shit like that. And I'm like, I left my house at 6:55 to
uh,
get to class at 7, and I have my uniform on. I walk out the house in my like already in my uniform and shit, like with my sweater on now because it's cold. But that's it.
keep
I just
going.
rock up. 5 minutes.
That's funny.
But the
That's
other
why,
times I have to like, travel an hour to train for an hour and then travel home for an hour.
right.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
Yeah, totally. It's city
That
life,
will
right?
happen.
It is city life. I mean, I would never I used to drive when I first moved back to London in like 2005, 2006 was the first
Hmm.
time I moved back after a long time. And I used to drive, but we don't call it driving. It's just maneuvering. We call it maneuvering. It's not actually driving. It's just kind of going through traffic and especially now since the
Getting
whole COVID
through.
thing, there's roadworks like everywhere. We're like all dreaming of this London where all the roads are fixed and
Uh-huh.
everything is beautiful.
But it's not.
It's not.
Not at all.
It might
Have they
happen. We're hoping it'll happen.
did they fix a lot when stuff was
Yeah, there
locked
was
down?
still yeah, they fixed a lot of stuff. I think,
Yeah. It's
it's
like
like
they just
any
can't
kind of
stop.
big city infrastructure. There's so much to do, so much to do, and there's so many cars on the road. And I think now, kind of this new era, like they had a big thing of getting cars off the road and really investing in public transport even more.
Hmm.
And yeah, and then COVID happened, and more people just went back in their cars.
Hmm.
They didn't want to take public transport, and they were like, "Yeah, I want
Hmm.
to be around all these people in their masks and shit." So everybody's back on the road again. So there's
Right.
even more traffic than ever, and then yeah, no more carpooling, no more all that great stuff that was happening that was taking cars off the road has
They
kind of
don't want
been
to.
completely undone.
But we have global warming.
Yeah, well, now they had this whole system. There's this whole area of the city where you have to have a certain kind of car, like the gas guzzlers aren't allowed. And if do have a gas guzzler, you have to pay like £12 a day to go into that specific part.
Hmm.
And it's 7 days a week now that they have that fee, that charge if you go in. So it's literally like I've forgotten what the numbers are, but kind of a certain type of car that uses a certain amount of less petrol and all that kind of stuff, more electric and blah blah blah. And Boris wants us by I think he said 2030 to have a certain percentage of electric cars.
Hmm.
Yep, but we're not
Like-
listening to Boris because Boris is a raving idiot. Not just a regular idiot, a raving idiot.
Raving
Raving
nightmare.
idiot. Nobody listens to Boris.
I don't. I'm not getting in the middle of that. That's your, I hear what you said. Boris is a raving
Boris is
idiot.
a raving idiot. He's totally.
That's
I can't
funny.
even. When he does the announcements, I'm like, can somebody please send me like a, like a website with the .gov. We have our websites are like the .gov websites are all the
Uh-huh.
governments. So you have to
Uh-huh.
send me a link to a .gov website with bullet points of what he said, and I totally will read that. Do
Uh-huh.
not want to listen to Boris.
You can't. Yeah, it's too much to go
He's
through the.
triggering. Yeah, he's triggering. He regresses me straight back to ignorance and rage.
There's something about our people that we let talk to us as leaders, whoever these people are, and it's
Yes.
they have a way of talking that's confusing, and it allows for
Yes.
multiple interpretation without any responsibility, and it's polarizing. It's not connecting.
No, not at
That's
all.
my opinion.
Yeah, that's what they're busy doing.
Yeah.
But
But
what they're choosing to do.
I see what you're doing. I see what they're doing. I see how that could be frustrating.
Yeah, I just don't listen to it. I don't listen to it. I was with my dad and his wife
Bullet
today,
points.
and his wife is like my dad's wife is like a Seventh-day Adventist. So for
Uh-huh.
her, this whole COVID thing is very religious, and I love
Uh-huh.
listening to people like that because I find it really interesting. I don't have like
Okay.
I grew up
You
in
gotta
like
hear
a
their
Baptist church environment and stuff, and then when I
Mhm.
was a bit older, I think maybe when I was like 10 or 11, my grandmother moved to like do you know Ernest Holmes? Like the Science of Mind stuff, the new
No.
church. It's kind of like that whole I think like Bishop T.D. Jakes is that kind of church. It's about, the
Okay.
kind of self-responsibility. Like, yeah, God is there within you, blah, 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 but you have a level of responsibility too. It's kind of that kind of doctrine
Right.
of Christianity. Kind of they call it new Christianity or science. Ours is called Science of Mind.
Science.
And that was a very different kind of doctrine. And it's I think Ernest Holmes is an American preacher that started my specific kind of branch of that modern
Mhm.
Christianity doctrine and stuff. But anyway, she's a Seventh-day Adventist. And they can like literally tell you the Bible back to front. So she's
Mhm.
talking about kind of COVID and relating it to the end and kind of all the Bible verses that kind of tell you what's happening. But it was really interesting because I was saying to her, okay, so what does that mean to you, the end? Like, what is that?
Right.
And she said it very interestingly, not as like the end of the world, the end, but kind of the end of this kind of man being in control and corrupt and stuff like that, and being more the end of this and then the beginning of the kingdom of God or the rule of the kingdom of God or whatever. But it was,
Right.
kind of, I was curious to know what that meant to her, and she told me. So it was an interesting conversation. But I'm curious like that, especially if people can just talk to me about it rather than I'm open to people just talking to me about it rather than trying to shove it down my throat.
Sure.
I'm opening to listen to because I was curious about what it means to her and how she works
Right.
with that, So yeah, it was interesting. My dad isn't at all. He's kind of looking at her, rolling his eyes in the
Your dad is
corner.
not. That's funny.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm gonna come back for that. I'm making a cup of coffee.
Lovely.
I need. Yeah. I can understand both of their sentiments being
Mm,
different, but
yeah,
powerful.
right.
That's funny.
Yeah, so it was cool. And Leon was just sitting there. He was half asleep anyway because he had gone to bed late. His friend was there for a sleepover, and
Mm,
they were up till I don't know what time doing.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Being
so
is he 16 yet? 13.
14, 14,
14.
14. Yes.
14 and
Yes.
sleepovers, man. That's some
Yeah.
good times.
I think they had fun. They had lots of fun. Yeah. He was
That's
actually with, I don't know
awesome.
if you met him, he was actually with Tom's son.
I may have seen Tom's son
Tom,
run
yeah.
upstairs maybe once.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So Tom's
Maybe.
eldest, no, Tom's youngest, sorry, who's
Mm,
also 14.
I've seen him in
Um,
pictures. I'm
okay.
positive.
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So it was cool. They had fun. So we had fun. We had fun
That's
today.
awesome.
It was a good day. It was a
That's
family day, so that was nice.
that's a great time.
Yes.
I'm sure
Yes.
that was all sure that was enjoyed by all. How is
Yeah,
Leon?
for sure.
Is he in school?
No, we have 2 weeks off school. Well, he has 2 weeks off school. He had
Does he?
last week he was in London. Um, and Ephraim was with like Tom's son, Ephraim was with him. He came to our house from like Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been hanging out since Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember. And then
That's fun.
yeah, it was cool. It was fun having them in the house because they're so funny. And they're so funny. I get on with boys, especially fun ones. Yeah, they were fun. And then
Mellow.
he has another week. So we have a week up here in the East Midlands. We're going
Mhm.
to see an historic town tomorrow that has a big castle, medieval
Oh,
castle town and stuff. So we're
was
gonna do
there
that tomorrow.
was there any Halloween celebration?
Not that much. It was quiet today.
Yeah,
Yeah, it seemed quiet. I think more yesterday.
I
They
saw.
tend to do it on a Saturday.
Yeah, I saw people
Yeah.
walking their kids around on Friday afternoon. So I'm sure they did it Friday.
Okay.
Bet you they
Yeah, I
did it
think.
Friday and Saturday. They don't even care anymore. They're like, nah, we do it Friday and Saturday
And
on the year.
Saturday.
If it's on a Sunday, dude, you get every day. You go
You get
around
Friday,
during
Saturday,
during
and Sunday.
in the Sunday afternoon before it's dark. Still, you keep going. Just keep knocking. People keep people have that candy. They will find it, dude. There's people.
This is
There's
our
some.
first no Halloween time
Mhm,
because Leon used to be really into Halloween, and last year was
mhm.
the last time him and his friends went out.
Yeah,
Um,
right
and
around
now
that
they're
year.
all too old to go. They're like, no, we're too old for Halloween. I'm like, what? Come on!
Um,
But yeah.
I think the very we might have been in ninth grade
Hmm.
the very last time we went, but that would have been right around the same age. We
Same
would have
age,
been,
yeah, about 14, 15.
yeah, like because people started turning 15, 16 in 10th grade. So
Right.
around
They're like,
that
yeah, we're too old for Halloween. They're like, oh, but I like Halloween.
we wanted some candy, man.
Yeah. I used to look
It's
forward to them coming home with their stash.
what's funny is now COVID has opened up people's conversation to some things so people can see connections that they couldn't see before.
Ah,
And
yes.
one is they're like, hey, some call it a holiday season where we go from a candy holiday to a buffet holiday
Mm.
to a uh, giving and definitely giving of sweets and breads and whatever
Mm-hmm,
um,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
in Christmas, and then we go to a drinking holiday,
Yeah.
and a lot of people at these holidays are family holidays, so they're going through extra drinking or extra eating at these
Mm-hmm.
multiple events in a row, and
Right. Yeah, yeah.
we are looking at this as holiday season. Some of us call it flu season.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And,
That's what
and if
we're
you
called it now too. Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't, I mean, it's always been flu season too.
It's
But
always been full season. Yeah, exactly.
if you make the connection why everybody gets sick, it's because everybody gets together and parties and drinks and eats too
And
much
doesn't
and
take care of themselves. Yeah.
for a whole season.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if you
Yeah,
don't
totally.
participate in that, if you go have a
Then you don't get
plate,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you can still go to the
yeah.
party and have two beers and a plate instead of 12 beers, three
Instead of
shots,
getting
and
wrecked for months on end.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, who's
Yeah,
got
yeah,
cigarettes? I want to go outside. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I do
yeah.
remember when Leon was really small, like, and he was, like 7 or 8, and he was starting primary school, and the kids would, they would just pass the cold and the
Uh-huh.
flu around, and I'd be that mother kind of going, give your fucking kids some vitamins. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Give them some goddamn vegetables and get away from me.
serious. Easy.
Echinacea. That's what we need. You need to give them some
If
echinacea from about October.
I've always, since I was about 15 or 16 years old, I've always been a person with a shoebox full of vitamins.
I
Like,
know. I loved that about you. When we went to
like,
Brazil and you just had all the good stuff, I was like,
yeah,
oh, I love
it's
this man
like
even more.
I'll I'll have the simple I'll have the simple ibuprofen over the counter, a bunch
Hmm.
of over the counter stuff, and then
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bunch
yeah.
of homeopathic minerals and herbs, and
Nice.
like you said, echinacea and
Yeah, I love echinacea. Yeah.
turmeric and
Mhm.
simple things,
Yeah.
charcoal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And all that stuff really helps. That's all you need. You don't have to go crazy. Just, put in
Hmm.
that little stuff around October time. I religiously, since like my mother used to always do it. That's where I got it from, kind of. And my
Hmm.
grandmother used to do it with, because my grandmother's old school. My grandmother's like, there is, and my grandmother was a nurse,
Hmm.
but she was from the country. So she was like, there is a bush, a green, a tea, whatever.
Something
She's like, drink this.
for
It
that.
tastes disgusting, but it's good for you. And I'm like, "Ah."
Got that story more
But
than once.
I don't remember being sick as a child.
Right.
I do not remember being sick ever as a child.
I think I ate enough salsa that I stayed healthy. Enough onion and garlic through
Yeah,
salsa with
and garlic
pepper.
and stuff. Yeah.
And as I
Yeah, I was never sick. I think when I started getting sick was when I had to take care of myself. When I was at uni, I was like 21
hmm
and I was out on my own, like properly out on my own. Because when I moved out of home when I was 17, but
hmm
I was with my sister who was 19,
hmm
and she was like way more responsible, and she took care of us, kind of thing. But when I was out on my own, when I moved up to university on my own, that's when I started getting sick. I have
Right.
no idea.
It's like direct correlation.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But then I remembered that stuff fast though, kind of, and started implementing it again, going, wait a second, I
It
remember
also
this stuff.
it also correlates to the time you had pizza for 11 nights in a row for dinner.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I smoked like a packet of 20, 25 cigarettes a day.
Hey, yeah,
I
that'll
drank
get you
too
sick.
much. Yeah, exactly. All of that. Took too much drugs, a lot. So it was generally an
That's, uh,
unhealthy time.
that's times when we get sick. Those are the
Yes,
times.
times. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For real.
As I
Yeah.
scrape the plate to cook chicken. Try to keep it as healthy as I can.
Nice, nice.
Definitely on chicken. I don't know. I feel like the older I get, the more I have to eat plants,
Yeah, it's good for you.
right?
It's good
But
for you. It's good for
definitely
you.
gonna cook a bunch of chicken right now.
Well, I will leave you to chicken dinner.
Thank you.
We leave you to chicken dinner. It has
That
been
was
wonderful as always.
Thank you for
What are we doing on Tuesday?
Tuesday. We are getting together early morning my time, like midday your time.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it.
And
I'm gonna
it's
put that in my calendar now.
if we're right now, I think we're only 5 hours off because of your time change. So
Yeah.
if it were
Does that mean it's gonna be 11 for me rather
if
than
it were
12?
six 6 a.m., it'd be 11 for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's do it. Let me just
Okay.
move it. Yeah. Do
Bebop,
it. Do
bebop,
it.
bebop, 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 bebop,
Do
bebop,
it. Do it. Do it. Amazing. Okay.
bebop,
Ciao, world.
bebop,
Ciao, Jonathan, with his
bebop,
bebop bebop music.
bebop. Can you hear the
Lots
music?
of
Can you hear the music?
love.
Someday we'll have a